Hello, it's BotChiefEditor, and this is a video of modifying the browser information that the server can identify. Preparations have been made. Added the module. Added the actions needed today through custom action list. So the first action is set proxy. It can change the IP of the computer, so you can have the access to some restricted sites. In its action settings, you can save the proxy information to the variable in advance. So here you can use variable. You can also cancel it and manually input the proxy information here. Here I will talk more about the format of the proxy information. IP, port, username, password, with each part separated by a column. So when you input the proxy information here, you just need to replace this with the corresponding value. Here we can only use string type variable. Next action, set user agent. The server can identify the user's operating system, the browser, and the version of the browser, and so on through the user agent. Some websites often send different pages to different operating systems and browsers by identifying the user agent. If you modify the user agent, some pages may be unable to appear correctly. But if the user agent is camouflaged, you can bypass the server's detection. For the format of the user agent, click Module. Here you can view and modify the user agent of the current browser. You can also use user agent in variable. When the module is running, it reads the settings from top to bottom. If you don't use a variable, or there is no value in the selected variable, when it reads the user agent in a variable, it will use the user agent above. But if there is value in a selected variable, it will use the user agent in a selected variable. The next action is header manager. It can modify the information that the browser sends to the server. Here in the action settings, if I choose to set the value, I need to save the user agent in a string type variable in advance. If I choose to get the value and save to variable, I need to select a string type variable to save the user agent. Accept means the type of the content that the specified browser can accept. And three similar operations with user agent part. Accept encoding means the compressed code type sent back by the web server that the browser can accept. Accept language means the language that the browser will use to display the information sent back by the specified server. If I choose to not to deal with, the browser will not deal with the information sent to the server. Well, next action, flash operate. It can pass the detection of some automation of some sites. In specified area, it can emulate my current mouse and keyboard to click and input something. The action settings can be divided into two parts. The first part, to search the element. If you are not clear how to search an element, you can learn our find control action first. The second part is flash operations. Now I switch to Yahoo website. Then I select an element, that is, the area of my operation. Click here first, then here. At last, I input an S. Click stop to stop recording. So here you can see my operations. But here in keyboard input, I need to set the value. That is, I need to select the content from the variable, and I need to save the content to the variable in advance. Click Interval. I can set the interval time of my each operation. That is, the time I need to start this operation till it ends. Only when it stops can the next one start. If I use random interval time, so it will choose a random interval time. Click OK and save the settings. Run the action. Successfully. I can also set the action to emulate the mouse to get focus, input, and search. Click Start to record my operation. Click the input box. Input K. Hit Search button. Now stop recording. Now select a variable. In Keyboard Input, here in Variable Viewer I input a value, the content I want to search. Save the settings and run the action. Now you can see the emulated mouse has finished the operation. The next action, set screen resolution. To set the screen resolution of your current browser, in its action settings, you will see the screen resolution of your current browser. Two ways to modify the screen resolution. For the first one, you can change it like this: to magnify, to narrow. You can also use value in variable, but you need to save the value to the variable first. The second, if I set the width, I will get the corresponding screen resolution with default ratio. You can also use width in variable, but you need to save it to the variable first. The variables I mentioned here must be double type variable. I create a double type variable. I choose a double type variable here. Adjust the screen resolution. Save the settings and run the action. But set screen resolution action and header manager could not be executed alone. So I delete other actions and run the whole module. Select Module, find Debug and Run Module, click Run Module in current window in Run Module. Now you can see the magnified page. That's all. Thank you.